Hi, I'm David Walker from the Changemaker Group. I've been asked a question, how do I feel just now? And I always find that kind of question really, really difficult. I'm generally sort of very optimistic and I adapt to change well. And I feel like I've quickly accepted the situation we're in. I mean, not to say that I like it, of course, and I spend a reasonable amount of time, like most people, working out how to cope practically at home and work during the pandemic control measures. I naturally focus on getting stuff done, so I don't tend to agonise too much about the nuances and the potential problems. Um, but I suppose I always hope that people around me cope well too. But I know that's not the case, and it's definitely not realistic. And I think we spend a lot of time helping people think about what they might do and so on. Um, Inevitably, I worry about my family and in terms of their health and welfare. Um, I mean, fortunately, my 84-year-old mother and my slightly less aged in-laws are well catered for, and my immediate family have been able to self-isolate quite well. And everybody's been really sensible and supportive. Um, Inevitably, we're all scared of the implications of the coronavirus for ourselves and others. Um, I think I really do worry about people who haven't been able to self isolate as well as us, and it's key workers in particular who are doing such magnificent things now as they always do. Um, I think this episode brings home to me how much we rely upon a massive range of people doing important roles, and many of those are just not recognised for their importance to our society. Um, One thing I think I have noticed, I live in a small parish in Northamptonshire, and I've seen people come together even more than they do already. There's an amazing sense of community. Um, it, we quickly set up a support scheme for people who are self isolating and not able to do things. So there's a bunch of volunteers are helping other parishioners, and I know that neighbours are being even more supportive of one another than they might be normally. Um, I've got a couple of stories which bring it home to some extent or other. There's a young woman who's been laid off from her farm job, and she's been baking cakes and distributing them round the village to people she may or may not know, just because she wants to be doing something to help as many people as she can. Um, and then there's a 10-year-old girl in the village who said what she would like to do is help people who can't go out and walk their dogs, so she'll walk their dogs for them. Um, I think yeah, we all realise actually, in terms of the community, that we are really, really, really fortunate. The thing that's probably less impacted me is working from home, because I do it all the time anyway, and so the challenges that other people have had with technology in particular, and the whole process of um, working on your own, um, is not featured for me. I think what I've got a real benefit from lockdown, which is um, my wife and son are home from school. Their school is closed, and that's pretty much forced me to look at how I approach my working day and improve my work life balance. Not that I'm ever idle, of course. Um, Best wishes to everyone and stay well.